Hello everyone, hope you're all having a lovely day today. Today's video is going to be about easy believism, sugar-coated gospel, watered down, all those terms. So easy believism, in my definition, would probably be something along the lines of believe in God and be saved. Or some sort of like believe that God exists, believe in a higher power, believe in heaven. And all of these are not the gospel message. The gospel is just simply the good news of Jesus Christ, that he alone paid for our salvation. And if we believe that he actually did it, then we're saved. And so a lot of people hear this and hear that it's just believe, and therefore I think associate believing on Christ with just simply believe that he exists and you're saved. However, as believers, we know this is not the case, but unfortunately we are attacked all the time, being accused of being, just like I said, easy believism, when in actuality, we just believe the gospel message. And it really makes me frustrated, if I'm being quite honest, when people say like a sugar-coated or watered down gospel, as if there's any other gospel. Like I said before, the gospel is not just believe that God exists, it's believing on Christ. I want to point out to you something that's really important, because I feel like it's something that doesn't really go on in the church these days. In 1 Corinthians 2, 1-2, Paul says, "And I, when I came to you, brothers, did not come proclaiming to you the testimony of God with lofty speech or wisdom, for I decided to know nothing among you except Jesus Christ and him crucified." All too often in the churches these days, I feel like people try to make things sound more complicated than they actually are, because it's more fascinating. It's more like, ooh, that's so cool and interesting. And while I do believe that the Bible is super cool and interesting, salvation is simple, and if we try to throw in more things than we need to, we end up overcomplicating the gospel message. It makes people who are hearing the gospel message for the first time be like, wait, hold on. You're saying it's Jesus Christ and him crucified, but now all of a sudden there's like this and this and that, and then all that other stuff. And like I said, I think that spiritual growth is super important, and spiritual growth is a completely separate topic from salvation. But if we're trying to just simply get people saved or just evangelize to people, the gospel should be the only thing that we focus on first. If someone is unsaved, the only thing we should be preaching to them is the gospel, which, like it says right here, is just Christ and him crucified. I'm so sorry that I trip over my words like literally all the time. I think it's literally just the fact that like things in my brain just go really fast, and therefore I try to talk as fast as I think, and it just doesn't work. So to kind of summarize everything up, easy believism would probably be, in at least my definition, some sort of just believe that God exists, believe in a higher power, believe in heaven, and be saved. Which is not the same as the gospel, which is simply Jesus Christ and him crucified, paying for all of our sins. We receive eternal life as a free gift just by believing on him. And like I said, people call it sugar-coated, people call it watered down, but that is the gospel. And I understand if people want something that's a little bit more spiritually mature. I definitely agree that, we can preach the gospel all day, every day, but sometimes it's really good. It's important that we move on from elementary teachings of Christ. I do plan on making more of those videos really soon. I just haven't been able to get to them because, like I said, the gospel is the most important thing, because this channel is mostly just to try and get people out of lordship salvation and just believing the gospel message, which is why I think I say it, or at least try to, in every video. But I really hope this video helped whoever needed to hear this. Like I said, I understand if you can feel a little bit discouraged when people call the gospel easy believism. You just have to remember what it is that you're believing, and remember that you're not just believing in God, rather the saving message of Jesus Christ. As always, if you ever have any comments, questions, concerns, totally feel free to shoot me an email or leave me a comment down below. Also, I guess subscribe, and have a lovely rest of your day. God bless.